The first thing you need to do is find all of these colors. If you don't have them all, find what you can. So first I have all of my crayons in a row. I'm going to start with the ground, and I'm just going to draw a horizon line. Then I'm going to start with my yellow and create a sun. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be even round. Just randomly start with the sun. And then I'm going to take a yellow orange and go around the yellow. And that's just going to be a little bit darker. And I can let it kind of trail off. Then I'm going to start with an orange. And the reason I'm doing it in this order is because yellow and orange make the yellow-orange. And so we're going to keep that kind of thought process throughout the whole piece. Then I have my magenta, and I'm going to start laying that in because it's a kind of a pink. And we're going to start this color a little bit lighter, and I'm going to let it go over some of that yellow and that orange. Blend that together. And then I'm going to the red. And the reason I chose to do this is because the next color in my sunset is going to be a purple. Now I have to be real careful with my purple. I don't want my purple to move into yellow or orange. And I'm just going to let it overlap a little bit into the magenta and the red, but I don't want to touch anything that is orange or yellow because then it will turn brown. So now I'm going to go with my lighter blue because the red and the blue make purple. So this is the next one. And I'm going to let it go all the way to the top. Now the blue can go into the red and the purple, but I don't want it to trail into the yellows because if it trails into that yellow or orange, we're going to get more of a green color as well as possibly a brown because blue and yellow are opposites and they'll make a brown color. So I'm just going to lay that in, and then I'm going to go to my darker blue and I'm going to lay that at the top and lightly let that mix and blend with the blue, with the lighter blue. And then to blend it all together, I'm going to use a white. Now I need to make sure that my white's not dirty, so I'm going to get a scratch sheet of paper and I'm going to clean it and get all of the odd colors off because it has all these little specks. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm going to get rid of those specks. And then I'm going to start at the top and I'm going to work down. So I'm going to just lay that color in and blend it down. And I'm pushing pretty hard. Whoops, try not to bend your paper. It's not the best idea. And I can turn my crayon if I want to, if it's easier to color that way. Then I'm going to check the bottom again. And I'm going to make sure that there's not that color. I'm going to get some of that blue off. Because if I put the blue on with the yellow, it's going to turn green. So then I'm going to take this and I'm going to start it back where the yellow is. Oh, I must have had a color in there I didn't want because I got that line. But that's okay. We can hide it with our tree later on. I'm just going to blend it. And I'm going to dust my paper off. And now I'm going to go in to the grass. And I'm just going to take my green. And I'm going to go ahead and put in that color on the side of the crayon like the rest of the picture. And then I'm going to take and I'm going to turn my crayon this way. And I'm going to make little lines that look kind of grass-like. And yep, I'm going to go ahead and let those lines kind of come into the sunset a little. Then I can give it a little bit of texture in the ground. I think I'm going to put another one over here. And maybe one down here. And then I'm going to go back in with the yellow. And I'm going to follow the same type of line I did there. And I'm going to let that sky kind of reflect. I'll let that sun reflect in there a little bit. And I like yellow-green, so I'm going to put a little bit of yellow-green in there. Now, I can even take and put a little bit of the blue if I wanted to make a blue-green in that grass or in that ground. That's up to you. You have a lot of choice here. And then I'm going to go ahead with the yellow again and just blend it. And if I get these chunks, I can very carefully take those chunks off, or I can let them be on there because crayon, and that's the way I want it to be. I'm going to be putting things on top of it. So there you go.